Wow, fourth overall pick included, and some other players. They're gonna hit up with salary to sign Tuck.
Here comes Corey against Mike Richter. Saved by Richter! What a save by Mike Richter to stop. Messier cuts in, still with the puck. Nice pass to Zubov. Zubov beats Leach scores! The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions. And this one will last a lifetime.
You're listening
look that
to
way.
the Two Guys, One Cup podcast with your hosts, Sean and Rob.
Well, here we are. The trades are flying. Not for us so much, but around the rest of the league, trades are going on all over the place. So we thought, hey, why not jump on tonight? Tomorrow night wasn't going to work for either of us. So, and the draft is Friday, so
Right.
figure we jump on one more time here. Maybe we'll get something live that happens while we're doing the show. But Two Guys, One Cup, Sean and Rock. It is June 23rd, and we're still waiting. We're still waiting. The Trocheck sweepstakes continues. Dylan Larkin's still out there. There's a lot of guys still out there. This almost feels like a trade deadline show today. But here we are, just before the draft. And, I mean, an insane amount of movement today. This beats any trade deadline that we've seen since we've been doing the show, just what's gone on the last 5 hours. But, Rock, how are you?
What's going on, pal? It's been a very exciting day. Not very exciting for our team, but definitely exciting around the league and things that we've wanted to see, and movement, and salary cap space is there, and no one wants to hold on to a top 10 pick, it seems. So this has been fun. I'm very excited to see what the next few days bring.
Yeah. So you just as we were going on air, why don't you tell everybody what's going on?
So Bowen Byram's getting traded to Chicago. I know this is a Ranger podcast, but there's obviously some ramifications that come to this. It looks like the fourth overall pick is going to Buffalo, and supposedly some other players. I'm assuming salary cap space to for Buffalo to sign.
Tuck.
So far, trading saying sign Tuck. I'm just trying to read what somebody just wrote. So has no effect on the attempts to re-sign Tuck. So anyway, that's where we stand. So fourth overall pick for Bowen Byram to Chicago. I guess Chicago didn't like either who was going to be left from Chase Reed or Schmitz or Carroll's. I don't know if that's good or bad.
So earlier in the day, San Jose traded William Eklund to Ottawa for the 9th overall pick. And what that does is tell you that they're drafting Stenberg number 2, and that they'll draft a defenseman with that 9th overall pick in all likelihood.
Yeah.
So being that Stenberg was going to be off the board, that obviously they preferred to do it this, and it was smart. Listen, I think San Jose is handling this perfectly. They're going to go get the best player available, which is Stenberg, then move Eklund to go and either use that 9th pick to. Maybe they flip that 9th pick for someone else for, an NHL defenseman. Maybe they trade the 9th pick for Schneider plus. Who knows? Still, this possibilities are still out there. Or they're going to use that 9th pick to draft whichever one of the defensemen falls to them.
Yeah.
Whichever one of these 4 or 5 that are out there. Daxon Rudolph's a name we haven't talked about, but he's like just he's very small
range.
Notch below.
He's in that range.
He's a top 10 defenseman also. So they conceivably could have 5 different guys to choose from, whichever one falls to them. And, they'll add to their talent pool that way. But it's crazy just the amount of movement.
Yeah.
And you see all these teams that are trying to get first round picks because of the amount of depth that's in this first round. I saw someone post today about Drury possibly trying to trade down. Meaning, to maybe get 2 picks in the round as opposed to drafting someone with 5. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't know what this guy's thinking.
Think about today, Rock. All these trades that have been made. Kyrou traded to Washington for McMichael and what, the 16th?
16th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've had Kyrou. We heard nothing about really him being moved today. We've heard nothing about Bowen Byram being moved today.
Well, we've heard these names have been out there. They're not out of left field. I mean, I think the Brady Kachuk trade was a little bit more surprising because he still had term on his deal. There were rumble. I know Kyrou did too, but St. Louis has been. I've been hearing about him being traded for years. I mean, that's nothing new. To me, the guys that have gotten moved today should not surprise you. Simo Nemec, Kyrou, Byram. These are all guys that have been on the market and have been guys that have been available for a while now. So I'm not surprised. I think Kyrou is just the type of player that will fit right into Washington's style.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice pickup for them. Better there than the Islanders. I agree. They had rumors that the Islanders were interested. But listen, I don't know. I don't know what this guy's thinking. I don't know what he's expecting. I know McMichael was a player, so that's probably as close to a hockey trade as you're going to get. Most of the other trades today have been for picks, and we've all heard that Drury does not want picks. He wants players. Now, whether he softens on that, whether the pick is a high pick, I mean, I don't know who's in the top 10 now or whatever. He is an amateur. Thank you. Drury is an amateur. He's a professional. He's an amateur doing a professional job. He's a coward. But listen, I told Sean before, I don't know what my thoughts were, but I said to him before we got on the show, so I'm expecting nothing. And I think that's what the fan base needs to do, guys. I think you guys need to expect nothing. And if something happens, then we can get excited. But I would, as a fan base, we should expect zero, nothing, and just wait for our Jalen Brunson to somehow become available. Build, draft, make moves on the periphery, because honestly, there is no guy that it's out there right now, whether it's in free agency. Dylan Larkin's not a needle mover. I don't know how much of a needle mover Robertson is. I think he's obviously an upgrade over what we have. But these are not guys that are going to come here and single-handedly help you win it. Like, single-handedly, they'll help you lift the Stanley Cup. I just don't. I just think that, you need a McDavid. You need a McKinnon. You need that type of guy to somehow want to come here and slay the dragon the way Messier did. Now, the difference between a lot of these guys, maybe not McKinnon, but McDavid hasn't won. Messier won 5 cups before he got here. He knew what it took. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this guy because he hasn't done anything. Like I said, I think he's a coward. I think he's been afraid to make moves ever since his first offseason where he went willy-nilly. He went from being like overzealous to being like completely underzealous, if that's even a word or a phrase, because he went from being not patient at all to being so patient that he holds on to guys for way too long. Like, he's been so afraid to move guys too early, opposed to and he's moving guys too late, and they're not getting anything for them. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm going into this with saying they're drafting 5th overall. They're drafting 26th overall. Anything else that we get, whether it's a player, a prospect, a pick, whatever it is, whatever moves they make is going to be gravy, because I just don't think this guy has the cojones to move a Lafreniere for somebody. I just don't think he does. I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid of fucking this up.
I'm not gonna disagree with you there. Do you think that that Drury is waiting for Larkin to be moved first?
No, because first of all, we know anything about
is the league looking for Larkin. In other words, all the teams that are vying for Trocheck are also vying for Larkin. They're pretty much filling the same type of role.
But the trade for Larkin is going to be substantially more than for Trocheck, and there are teams that don't have the assets that other teams have. So they got to know that they're not in for Larkin. I mean, Larkin's going to cost you multiple first-round picks, you would think,
right?
Especially as a center, the age, the whatever, and probably 2 prospects. You think Trocheck's costing you 4 pieces?
3. I think it'll be 3 pieces.
3 pieces. All right. Well,
I just think that the piece will be better than Charlie Stramel. Yeah, it'll be
Right.
the first. It'll be the first a legitimate prospect that's already played in the league. I think
Right.
that's the thing. I think that's the big
I
thing.
don't even
Jerry's
know if we're
waiting on.
getting that, Sean. I mean, we're not seeing players being traded. McMichael was an RFA. They had to dump him. So essentially,
That's
he was
fine.
a free agent.
Yeah, but it's an RFA is fine. I'll
If
take
the
an
RFA
RFA
again.
that has NHL experience.
We have not
Clearly.
seen teams trade guys that they value. I mean, Carolina couldn't wait to get rid of Brandon Morrow. Scott Morrow. Can't remember his name. I mean, these certain teams that draft well do not trade their premium prospects. They don't. They don't. So I'm not really sure what we're going to get. You're not getting a team's number one prospect for Trocheck. You're just not doing it. It's not happening.
I don't.
And the LA rumors are asinine.
Well, they don't have anybody.
They have nothing.
They literally have nothing.
And you don't want futures. So what's the problem? What's the difference? They might not have to tank.
Yeah.
You're right. They may not have to tank.
They don't blow.
We traded Keandre Miller and Hides. I don't get that.
I said that the Rangers record the Rangers record in a year where everything went wrong last year was still 500 when Igor was healthy. So I don't believe that they blow. They blow without him. I'll give you that.
And Fox, for that matter,
right?
Especially their power play.
But I have the secret sauce for how this Ranger team can, even when the kind of all else may fail this offseason, can still get themselves to be a very good team next year. And that's building the defense. It's easy to do because you already have the hardest part. You already have Fox and Gavrikops. You already have a legitimate top flight number one pair.
Mm-hmm.
They work really well together. Fox, when he's healthy, even me will admit, Fox, when he's healthy, is a top 15 defenseman in the league. Is one of the better he's one of the best power play quarterbacks in the league. You can win. Sullivan's a defensive coach. You can go back to the black and blue shirts era of Ranger hockey where you're going to win 3-2 games and you're going to build the team from the inside out around your best player, which is their goaltender. You have Miller, you have Zibanejad, you have Laba. You go sign like a Kevin Stenlund or something like that to be your fourth line center.
Why?
Why not?
Why? Just let Laba be the fourth line center.
No, I just said you have Miller and Zibanejad. Laba would be your third line center. Stenlund would be your fourth line center.
Okay.
So down the middle, you're fine. Yeah, you find another wing. You find a couple wings. Listen, I am all for them going after Patrick Laine this offseason. All for it.
Yeah, that seems to be a guy that would definitely look for a soft landing spot because obviously there's zero expectations on him. The team wasn't good last year. They're last in the East. Soft landing spot. He'll get top 6 minutes, and he'll try to reinvent himself in that sense. And I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I mean, I think a 1-year deal.
Yep.
And,
even if you got to give him $8 million, if it's 1 year, who gives a shit? We have $30 million in cap space. Give him $8 million. Come here for 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know. I mean, Hurdle. I mean, we've heard Hurdle's name get thrown around. I don't know what his contract situation is.
You got to trade for him. I think he's
but they might be looking to dump him.
Yeah, but he's got
Vegas. Vegas.
Okay, so give us Hurdle and next year's first round pick, and we'll take them off your hands. And then you can go.
I mean, but if they can't. Well, listen, I really think that they should. I'm wondering if the offer sheet thing they're serious about that.
I hope so. Because, like I said, dude, you literally can go to Anaheim, put 7 years, $20 million in front of both Gauthier and Carlson. And Anaheim cannot match both. And they'd be hard-pressed to match even one. I think that they would match Carlson. They wouldn't want to do it, because it's a lot of money. But I don't think that they can fathom letting him go. But that's what I would do. If you're not going to spend your money, and you have $30 million in cap room, and you are not going to invest
Well, they'll take their contracts
into your first line center for the next decade.
Mm-hmm.
Because Leo Carlson changes your franchise. He does. I think he's that good.
Yeah.
Like as far as all these young guys, it's Celebrini, and it's just a notch below is Carlson.
Right. I mean, I would think you would have to give him like $20 million a year.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I would do it.
That's what you would have to go.
And that's what I would do. I would give up the next 4 years, first round picks. That's totally fine with me.
Yeah, Dorofeyev. I mean, the Dorofeyev thing. You know what pisses me off about Dorofeyev is they had multiple opportunities to draft him, and they didn't.
Every team did.
I know, but it's just like the one time a Russian player, like they love drafting Russian players, but yet when they're available in the second round, they don't want to bother with them.
And listen, I will give all the credit in the world because nobody banged the table harder than Statboy Steven for Pavel Dorofeyev. That entire
and your other boy, Drew Way, was a big Dorofeyev guy. Oh my God,
would not shut up about to the point where I hated Pavel Dorofeyev.
Yeah,
they just wouldn't stop with him.
Yeah,
and they were right.
You know, hey, listen, even what does it say? Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn sometimes. You know, I mean, there've been a lot of guys. No Goodler. I'm waiting for him to still pop.
No Goodler, remember him? Antonio Stranges.
Oh God, but listen, I just think that they need to stay salary cap flexible.
Blaine, I don't agree with that one bit, Blaine. I think
what?
Listen, I would like. I'm not saying Bedard is not a star player. Carlson is everything, and Bedard's going to put up offense. I don't know that he's going to do everything. I think he's going to be. Bedard is a lot closer to Jack Hughes than he is Macklin Celebrini.
Epstein files. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sharing that one.
Yeah. Whoever's here is going to see it anyway.
Yeah. No, that's only us. Only we see the comments.
We only see that?
That's why I'm posting them on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Selectively.
I got it.
Sorry, Mom of the Old. I'm not sharing that one.
Well, that's our boy Eddie Geik, right?
Oh, is that who that is?
I think that's who it
is.
Get
out of here.
He is here.
Momo the Old, that's you? That's the Geikster?
I think that's the Geikster. I thought he said Eddie. I thought he said Eddie G before, so I don't know. We don't know many other Eddie G's. But like I said, I mean, I just think we need to just temper our enthusiasm, go into this off season, and they just need to build some kind of a foundation. And they have to just build a foundation and wait for the right guy to come and not force it.
So, but isn't that how you take the big swing? Money. That's the Ranger way. Money.
Right.
Take the big swing and
I mean, I'm fully aware that they may try to do that, but
they threw the poison pill
I just
to Joe
don't think
Sakic.
I just don't think it happened. It just doesn't happen often. I will see if it happens. It happens.
He's got to be desperate, no? He has to be desperate.
You got to be desperate. I mean, you'd think. I mean, they could offer Sheet Robertson too right now if they really wanted to.
But he doesn't change. Like you said, he's an excellent player. But I forget who I brought this up to Johnny Lazarus yesterday.
But you got
to tagged you also. Yeah. Jason Robertson reminds me of bringing in Luc Robitaille. Like he's not a guy that creates his own goal scoring. You know, he doesn't create his own offense. He's an unbelievable goal scorer around the net, which is Luc Robitaille. Robitaille came here, and what was that? 22 goals and 26 goals.
Billy Flynn. What's up,
Billy?
That's a good comment. You're right, too.
No one's more desperate than us.
No way. But, it's Robitaille could not play in the Eastern Conference. Because if you look at his Eastern Conference numbers and his Western Conference numbers and I only played the couple of years in Pittsburgh and a few years here. But you look at his numbers, especially in LA, I mean, they're just night and day. And I just think it was just a more wide open style hockey where in the East, especially in the 80s and 90s, that's how it was. I mean,
I don't want to take the big swings on wingers. Like, let's learn our lesson from Panarin and build from the inside out. Goaltending is there. Build the defense legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take a look inside, and enough with the people who just Schneider stinks. He doesn't stink.
He doesn't stink.
He leaves something to be desired because you see it in glimpses. You see it in glimpses.
And
that this
listen,
kid
you
should
know
be
what?
great.
You know what
Anyway.
though? Look, I mean, people might look at Schneider and see, wow, look what Keandre Miller did away from the Rangers, and might overpay for him.
I think he has a ton of value around the league. Every team asks about him. Every team. That's
Yeah.
the first name that comes up. And
Well, I don't know as much. I mean, they ask about him because he's really the young EJ Emery stinks. He's going to be a bottom pair guy.
I don't know about that. I
he's
like
not-
what I saw.
He's going.
It was one
With what?
game. I saw him play against Quinnipiac, who was in the college playoffs. I liked what I saw.
We'll see. I shouldn't
not
say
a
that.
stiff.
I shouldn't say that because I criticized someone years ago who criticized Ryan Lindgren and said he'll never be an NHL player, and he went on. He's going to have a 15-year career. I don't know. We just don't hear anything about him. Like he's almost like he's forgotten, and he's not even a player they offer that could be offered in a package. Like they don't even consider him a top pick, like a top prospect in a lot of ways.
Because he doesn't
So-
provide offense.
Well,
So that
Sean,
takes time.
again.
Right, but that takes time for those types
Ryan
of guys
Lindgren didn't
to-
provide offense either. Still is going to play 15 years in the league. I mean, he's still an asset. No,
He was not a throw-in, but he was a
He was the
B-level
top-
prospect.
but he was the top. He was the main prospect in that Nash trade. No,
A first-round pick was the main piece of the Nash trade.
all right, semantics.
Yeah. But I'm
Um,
saying that he was not considered. Put it this way: he wasn't even considered as high of a prospect as Jacob Forsbacka Carlson, whatever the fuck that guy's name was. That guy was listed as a bigger
who?
prospect than Lindgren was. When we were breaking down Boston's prospect pool when
Oh,
that trade,
I don't remember
when that
that.
trade was happening.
I don't even
There was
remember
Jacob Forsbacka Carlson. There's the Mamaluke that went to Edmonton, the center, Trent Frederick.
that. Yeah,
Those guys were all listed as bigger prospects than Ryan Lindgren, and Lindgren wound up turning out to be better than those
Yeah.
guys.
yeah, but I shouldn't have said he's not going to play. That's my fault. I shouldn't say talk about people. I'm just saying that based off of everything that I've heard and read, they don't even he's almost like a forgotten player,
But
and
who
maybe in some
writes?
cases that's the case.
Who writes? Stat nerds. Who writes? Seriously,
Yeah.
who's writing about North Dakota
Yeah.
defensive?
But you would think, though, Sean, we're in a prospect pool that is barren, that he would have some kind of value to them.
He's considered our top prospect, our top defensive prospect. That's
Top
what he's.
defensive prospect.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot where we were at. Someone was asking about something. Oh, you were talking about Robitaille, and I
Yeah.
mean,
Any of these power forward goal scorer, like
I tell you
again,
right
Rick
now,
Nash
I would
came
trade.
here.
I would trade Lafreniere for Robertson right now.
Yeah, because
100%.
you're trading wing for wing. That's
Well,
fine.
that's what I'm saying. Like I would make that move, or I would use if you could offer sheet.
Yes, I would do that as well.
Robertson, bring him in, and then that means Lafreniere becomes expendable, and you can move him for something else. I mean, that's the only
Well, no,
reason why you
because
would
you
do
have-
that.
Well, you'd have to give up. The offer sheet that you would be giving Robertson's going to be, if it's not the 4 first-round picks, it's going to be close. I don't know what the notch is below that. What is it? 2 firsts and a second, or a first, second, and a third? I don't know what it is. But bottom line is, I would rather try and make the trade straight up. At least Dallas gets something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's what I would do.
I
I would try
wouldn't
to.
mind
I would.
doing that. But think of how unrealistic the expectations will be from this fan base, whether it's Robertson.
Sean, there's going to be expectations no matter who they bring. If Patrick Laine walks through the door, there's going to be
No,
expectations.
there won't be any.
100% because he's playing on the first line. Whoever's playing next to Mika Zibanejad or
He's not
JT
gonna-
Miller is going to have expectations.
They're going to have Zibanejad, Lafreniere, and Perreault is going to be
If
the line
Lafreniere's here still.
which he
If
most likely-
Lafreniere's here.
which he most likely will be. Let's be honest, he most likely will be.
Yeah, but again, because he has no value.
So if you have Cooley, Miller, and Line as your second line, that's more likely. And it'll be Miller setting up Cooley. Miller setting up Line.
I don't like Cool. I do not like Cooley on the second line. He's not a second line player. Again, I'm not going to go through lineups. I'm not doing
Yeah,
it. I'm not
no, I
doing
get
it. I'm not doing it 3 days before the draft. Talk about lineups. Eddie Geik's going to kill us. He's going to send somebody here to assassinate us for talking about line combinations. I'm not doing it. But Will Cooley is not a top 6 player. Not in my opinion. I mean, again,
I agree.
he may turn into that at some point, but they gave him the utmost runway this year. And again, these guys all didn't start playing well until the season was over. So again, we need to see what's going to happen come the start of the year. But I think Laine would be smart to bring him in. And then they need a unless they draft Albert Smits and he plays in the lineup next year. They need
anyone to be drafted.
They need a second pairing left shot defenseman.
I do not want anybody that we draft to play for us.
Yeah, Cooley led them last year. Philip Hedl led them 2 years ago in disallowed goals. They need a second pairing defenseman. And they need a top six. They need at least one top six forward. So I would, yeah, you're right. I mean, I would not be the lead. And they need a fourth line center, I guess, if Lob is playing third line center, and they need a fourth line center. So, I mean, that's really what they're going into this offseason with. And if anything else shakes loose, unless they keep Trocheck. If they keep Trocheck, then they're going to go boom, boom, boom. Lob is your fourth line center. Trocheck stays as your number 3. And you kind of roll with it from there. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't. I mean, you're not hearing anything from anyone. And like you and I talked about, without Larry Brooks here, nothing gets leaked.
It's true.
Nothing. You don't hear anything. Not even the national guys know what's going on. I mean, people are guessing. You got Nick Kyprios guessing. You got Kevin Weeks guessing. I mean, they're just throwing cryptic shit out there and hoping that shit sticks. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Now, that scares me because there has to be something from somewhere other than out of the New Rangers organization.
Right.
Meaning something needs to come from another team to know something of some sorts that's going on, which leads to believe that nothing's going on. That's how I view it. You're telling me between Chris Johnston, Dreger, Saravelli, Elliot Friedman, the list goes on and on. Nobody knows anything? Nobody?
I'll give you a name that I'm hearing that I could see that makes a lot of sense for the Rangers to sign, and that's the kid Ryan Shea from Pittsburgh.
Okay, I don't know enough about him to.
28 years old.
Why would he?
He's a UFA.
Oh, he's a UFA.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard one peep about that guy.
35 points last year.
I haven't heard one peep out of that guy.
Bloomer, a late blooming defenseman, 6'2".
So why are they not keeping him then? Is he your RFA? A UFA?
He's a UFA. Why wouldn't he cash in? He just had a big year for the first time.
What were his numbers?
35 points in 80 games.
Another guy cashing in off of one good year. I don't know. What are you giving him? Is it a 1-year deal? Is it 3 years? 6 years?
No, you'd have to give him.
You're giving that
guy. No. I said $6 million.
Oh, $6 million for 1 year?
You're not going to say. Why would he sign for 1 year?
I'm just saying. I don't want a guy I don't want to give big money to players that we don't really know a lot about.
What was his time on ice last year? Looks like he played 16, 18. He played a little over 18 minutes a game last year.
Plus, I don't trust anyone with the last name Shea.
It's spelt the right way.
I don't care. The net way, the shit defenseman way. I don't want nothing to do with anything with the last name Shea at the end of it. Nothing. I want nothing to do with the last name Shea in any capacity.
So out of our decor, who do you want to keep?
Fox. Honestly, I like Matthew Robertson. I am a huge fan of Matthew Robertson. I really like him as a player.
You can win a cup,
but I don't know. That's what I don't know. I don't know. He takes a shit ton of penalties. I don't know. I need to see another season. I need to see another season of him. I don't know. I liked Borgen more the year before. I thought last year he was very shaky. I don't know if that has to do with his defensive partner. I don't think Borgen played well last year. So if you're asking me straight out, and who else am I missing? I don't think they gave Iorio enough of a runway. I mean, that's another thing I didn't
To
like.
me, he should not go into next season.
No. I know that.
Iorio and Moro are
Well,
off to the
we're missing.
side.
Who else are we missing? So it's
Fortescue.
Fortescue. I liked what I saw from him. I'm not ready to anoint anyone.
Are you willing to go into next season with Fortescue playing 18 minutes a game?
Okay, what's the plan for next season? Is the season
This is
to
a
compete?
retool. We're trying to win.
Trying to win? Then no.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I agree with you.
I'm not.
I
think
agree
you
with
need to bring in a veteran guy to play in your top four that can move the puck, that has some kind of offense. I mean, let's look at the rest of those guys. You got Vakanainen, you got Robertson. I mean, Robertson, I think, can produce a little bit of offense, but they need someone else. I mean, they need another guy that's going to be able to put some points up, and a guy that's not completely inept defensively. Like, I'm not talking about Sandis Ozolic. I'm talking about like a Pietrangelo. I mean, maybe obviously not as good as him, but someone.
Oh, God.
But someone that could play in your second pair.
Everyone
A Shea Theodore, not a Hannafin.
You're naming fucking top guys here.
Well, they're not playing on the top pair in Vegas. Those guys are not all playing on the top. He is.
Theodore played the most minutes.
Pietrangelo never played top pair for Vegas. They played in the second pair.
I guarantee you played 23 plus minutes for them.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. You can play 23 minutes.
Is all that matters. It doesn't matter who. It's the same with like.
I'd keep Gavrikov for Fox. Everyone else, I would say, would either be in Hartford or expendable. That's it.
So
that's how I look at it.
You have no problem trading Gavrikov?
No, I would keep Gavrikov for Fox. Carson looks like he's going to Tampa Bay. That's what I'm hearing. My sources.
So, just so you know, Pietrangelo for Vegas, 24.5, 24.5, 24.
Well, that's what you need. You need a guy. You need a guy to take some minutes off of Fox.
I'm saying Pietrangelo played first pair.
Would it Theodore play, and would it Hannafin play? I mean, look at those three defensemen. Do we have anything? Who's our number two? Gavrikov is number two.
Yes.
Is he better than Hannafin? Is he better than Theodore?
Pietrangelo played 22.5. Theodore played 22. Hannafin played 21.5.
There you go. And for the Rangers, what was the
Braden McNabb played 20.
Okay, and for the Rangers, what was their breakdown for their defensemen this year? Fox played 35 minutes. Gavrikov played 30. And then who was the third highest? No Mario Ferraro. No.
Yeah, that's too lazy.
No, it's another name I don't want on this team. Stop naming.
Gavrikov played the most. Gavrikov played just under.
Well, because Fox was hurt, right? Or this
is time per game.
That's again, Sean. Gavrikov should not be playing the most minutes. He is not a top 10 defenseman in the league. To be playing top minutes on your team?
He's a top pair defenseman. That's what they signed him to be.
He's a top, but is he better than Hannafin, Theodore, or Pietrangelo? Honestly, don't put your Ranger color glasses on.
No, I'm serious.
I would take all three of those guys over Gavrikov.
I'm thinking of the guy from LA. I'll put it to you that way.
So
I'm saying when Gavrikov is on LA and Columbus. So I'll use that player instead of thinking about him scoring 14 goals.
No, I'm not talking about offensively. I'm not talking about offensively.
I put him a notch below Hannafin. He's not Shea Theodore or Pietrangelo is a Hall of Famer.
No, I know that. The only reason I'm saying that is they need to bring in a guy that could help Fox take some minutes off of him.
They do.
Right. That could move the puck, that could put some offense up.
Schneider was supposed to be that guy, and he has not been.
Was Schneider an offensive guy in juniors, though? Would he put up big offensive numbers? And we got to temper our enthusiasm. I know we traded up to get Schneider, and I know that's probably another thing that pisses people off. But he was drafted at the end of the first round.
No, he was drafted 20. It was the middle of the first round.
Okay. I thought
he was drafted in a range that you're expecting something.
All right. I didn't expect that much.
Well, you never expect anything.
No, I don't. Because why? We've always been disappointed. Jordan Greenway's also in the trade. So Byram and Greenway are both going.
Let me answer your question here. So Schneider, during his draft year, had 42 points in 60 games.
Okay.
His next year, he played still in juniors during the pandemic. He had 27 points in 22 games.
Listen, Sean, this just might be a Ranger development issue.
I don't believe in it.
Well,
Sorry, I don't.
then tell me why
believe in it.
the last few guys that have been dealt from here have gone on to have better careers.
So I saw the same mistakes out of Keandre Miller in the Stanley Cup Finals.
And what was the
that I saw
difference
him
then?
make here.
Because they had a better team around him that could cover up his mistakes. He definitely have a better goalie.
But he still made the same mistakes. So how did he get any better?
I don't
was the same
know. How
player.
come they were fucking raving about him in the playoffs?
Because they're idiots. You're following morons on Twitter.
No, but it's not ever. It's you're telling me Elliot Friedman and all these guys are all idiots. They're
watch
all
5
stupid. They're
seconds
all
of
dumb.
somebody. They watch highlights and they move on with their. Here's the thing. Whether I don't care if it's Elliot Friedman. I
I wanted him gone too. So I wanted Howden gone. I wanted him gone. So I'm not going to sit here and play Monday morning quarterback.
Hold on.
But I'm not the GM.
Rock, any of these national guys, they don't watch more than 5 fucking seconds of a game. They can't. They can't be everywhere around the league and still have a life and still do their reporting. So they have minions that tell them what's going on. They'll watch a highlight for 2 seconds and they get on and they talk about it. It's a business. This is what these guys do. It's a business. I'm not saying that they're not insiders. They get information. But Elliot Friedman and Pierre LeBrun and Darren Dreger and Dave Pagnotta.
What about the analysts that do the games? Eddie Olczyk or Kenny Albert. You don't take their opinion seriously?
They wax poetic. It's a national broadcast. They're not going to shit on anybody. So when Keandre Miller is staring the wrong way as the fucking puck goes in front of the net and he's puck watching again.
Okay. I don't know.
It's the same shit that we saw here.
Well, then explain to me why Brett Howden has 14 goals in the playoffs.
I'm the lone fucking wolf
You are.
on the Brett Howden.
You are.
Fan.
You are. You
So,
are. You are. And
don't
listen,
tell this guy.
me, Eddie, I'm sure Billy, half the people in our chat, everyone listening, we all wanted him gone because he had 1 goal and it wasn't even on a goaltender the year before. But I'm not the
Wait till he's
GM.
25.
Sean, I am not the general manager.
I agree.
Chris Troy is the general manager.
I agree.
He traded a 3rd for Ryan Reeves and then got a 4th for Howden. How does that fucking trade look now?
I don't care about Ryan Reeves, but I care
the
about
point
but I
was-
care about him only getting a 4th round pick for Brett Howden. I care about him moving Brett Howden for no reason. Because you didn't need to. He didn't cost you anything.
That is why everyone can now get a clear glimpse. I've been talking about that offseason for 2 years. Now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon now, 2 years later. Why Drury has been fucking paranoid to make any more trades that don't involve picks. Trading just for picks. He's fucking paranoid. And now he has to win every trade. Every trade has to be a fucking win now. Trocheck has to be a grand slam. Pal Schneider has to be a grand slam. Now he's fucked. Because he knows that he is going to get raked across the coals if he doesn't get an absolute haul for the next bad player he trades. He's fucked. It is what it is. And now he's fucking running scared. And everyone knows it. He's held on to everybody. He's held on to everybody way too long. But what do we know? Really? I mean, we don't know anything. In the grand scheme of things, we know nothing. We could all sit here and play Monday morning quarterback. You and I like the Goodrow move. Can't complain about the Goodrow move.
So Blaine, yeah. Watching 2 minutes of highlights. No, listen, I'm the first to admit I am not a draft prospect analyst in
What
any
else are you
way,
supposed
shape,
to
or
do?
form.
You're going to start
I
sitting
go
here
off
and watching
of
all these
people that I trust and I
Right.
read. But I'm not going off of people who post shit on Twitter. Those aren't the people that I read and
Well,
trust.
Scott Wheeler has them taking Schmitz.
The two people that I trust and I'm open about are Russ Cohen and Steve Cornianos, because those 2 people watch everything. They watch. They don't sit there and watch a highlight and run models and look at analytical nonsense and heat maps and flow charts and pie charts and these charts and those charts. They watch these fucking guys play. And I know Russ to an extent. Steve sits there and watches these kids play since they're 16 years old, and he keeps his notes from the first time he watches these guys play.
Right.
And then continues to update those notes every single time he watches these guys play for 2 years until they're drafted. So I trust with these two guys, and they don't always agree on people. Don't get me wrong. You know, they have conflicting views on certain players.
So,
but these are the two guys that I trust. It's not, Jim Bob, season or whatever the fuck, Twitter handle.
Well, let me ask you a quick question. Now that Buffalo has 4,
right?
There's a very good chance that Chase Reed might be available at 5.
Okay.
Are you comfortable taking Carroll's or Schmitz over Chase Reed?
Carroll's, yes. I wouldn't take Schmitz over Carroll's. But that's
Over
me.
Reed.
And again,
if Chase Reed is available at 5, what are you doing?
Here's my problem with Reed.
He's a righty.
No, I don't care about that.
Okay. I wasn't
my
sure.
My problem with Reed is that if he's not exceptional offensively, what is he? Is he going to be Tony D'Angelo in the NHL? Now, I don't think he's going to be that bad defensively. And he's 6'2". But to me, you're drafting him, and if he's anything less than a 65, 70-point defenseman, then why did you draft him 5th overall? He also needs to go run your power play.
Right.
And even if he goes to college for 2 years, when he comes back, when he finally signs and comes here, he's still not running the power play.
Well, in 2 years, what's Fox's contract? How many years does he have left? Does he have 4 years left or 3 years left right now?
I think he has 4 years left. But
okay,
let's be honest. I'm pretty sure Fox is going to play here the rest of his career. I do. Okay. If he wasn't going to be traded now, in other words, if Fox is going to go through the rebuild or retool, whatever we're going to call this, then he's never leaving.
No, I don't disagree with you.
This would have been the time for him to leave.
I'm just saying is what if this guy is the next Cale Makar and you pass on him?
I get that, but that's
what I'm worried about.
He has the highest ceiling and
the
lowest floor.
Got it. So he could be Del Zotto or he could be Paul Coffey.
And there's probably no in between. Whereas Carroll's,
what about Zubov?
Oh, he's faster than Zubov. Fox is Zubov.
And he doesn't smoke butts in the locker room.
To me, Carroll's is drafting Charlie McAvoy. You're drafting that type of guy.
You're a big Carroll's guy. You think Carroll's, all things being equal, if there's no Chase Reed, there's no Stenberg, there's no Malhotra, you're taking Carroll's. Those are the only 3 guys, and obviously McKenna. If there's no Stenberg, Malhotra, McKenna, you're taking Carroll's.
If I had the 4th overall pick and those 3 guys were gone, I'm taking Carroll's.
I knew that was your guy.
And I'm not saying I'm right.
You've been pumping him for a while.
I
know. I mean, none of us know.
That's who I feel the safest taking.
I'm so scared that they're going to get this wrong.
But here's the thing.
But you got to trust John Lilly. He hasn't had a pick this high. I mean, I can't sit here and right. He grafted Perreault, and Perreault looks like he's going to be a player.
It's not Corey Clark making the pick.
If you look at some of his other drafts, he's made some. When did John Lilly take over the draft? Let's look that up.
Well, let me just for the people
who talk. I'm going to look this up.
The people
while we're talking,
because I know we've done this on a past show where I kind of broke down each of the defensemen and just my complete amateur thoughts on these guys. And again, it's from what I read. And like you said, Blaine, watching 2 minutes, 5-minute highlight reels of these guys, just to see if what I read, if I could also tangibly see it. Smits as a player I like, and I like Smits' demeanor.
I like what I've heard about him.
So do I.
I like what I've heard about him.
Forever. We'll be doing the show in 10 years, Rock, and we'll be playing against Smits in a playoff series, and I'll refer back to his interview that he did going into the World Championships or into the World Juniors, where they asked him how he felt about going up against all the stud kids from Canada, and he put it right back on the reporter, said they have to worry about me. And I thought that was because the Europeans usually are very modest and, I'm just happy to be here type of guys. And he was not. He also played in the Olympics as an 18-year-old. He was the youngest player in the entire Olympics. There's a lot to like with Smits. I just feel the most comfortable with Carroll's.
Mm-hmm.
I think the floor of Carroll's is Mark Stahl.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the floor.
Okay.
His ceiling is Drew Doughty.
We need bigger than that. We need better than Mark Stahl, Sean.
No, but I'm saying, but that's
better
the
than
floor.
Mark Stahl.
Listen, the floor for anybody is a middle of the road player.
I know. I'm just saying, when you're drafting a guy fifth over, if you're drafting Mark Stahl, you're drafting Mark Stahl. What was Mark Stahl drafted at 12?
12.
Okay. Then I'm all right with that. I'm all right with getting Mark Stahl at 12. I'm not all right getting Mark Stahl at 5. I'm not. I'm sorry. I like Mark Stahl. I was always a big Mark Stahl fan. I watched his very first game as a Ranger, preseason game against the Islanders, when he took 3 penalties. And even though he took 3 penalties, I said to myself, man, this guy's going to play in the NHL. He just had a sense about the guy. John Lilly took over the Rangers directing player scouting in August of 21. So he was not
Othman.
the director
for Othman
for the 20 draft. Correct?
Was he the director?
John Lilly became the Rangers director of amateur scouting in August 3rd of 2021.
So he took over after Othman was picked. Othman was picked in July of 21.
All right, so let's just for argument's sake, let's just look at some of. So he was not involved in the 21 draft. So let's take that one out. Let's just look at his 22 draft. No first round pick. Sikora, McConnell, Barker, Laba, Mancini, Barbashev, Karpa. Sikora's played in the league already and scored a goal. Laba's played in the league. Mancini's played in the league. So no first-round pick. Out of the first 4 picks he had as the director of player scouting, 3 of them have played in the NHL. Next year, Perreault, Fortescue, Larson, Rubrick, Ty Hendricks. 2 guys out of 5 picks have now already played a game and have a point in the NHL. And then 24 is Emery, Ballard, Aspinall, who was second in the WHL in scoring?
Yep.
For the Thunderbirds. Did he play on Greentree's team? Liam Greentree?
Flint, yes.
Yeah, Flint. Thank you. And he looks like he's going to be a pick. They only have 4 draft picks in 24. EJ Emery being the other one. So there's a chance that you could have another 2 guys that are going to play in the NHL at some point. And then we'll obviously see about, the 25 draft with Spence and Barnhill and Gonchar and those guys. But, that's pretty freaking impressive for a guy that, and this will give me the highest he drafted. He's only had.
Look at you having some optimism here. You found something to be.
I'm only saying that I'm giving this guy an opportunity.
Okay. Thank you.
Because he's the one that's making the calls.
Right.
But you can't sit here as a Ranger fan, Sean. We sat here for 25, 30 years with them making the wrong pick. Am I right or am I wrong?
I'm not saying.
They've had diamonds in the roughs, Kreider, Miller, but we've also had, we know the guys that they've messed up on. But, in John Lilly, we trust.
We have no choice. Blaine. So Blaine Verhoff, night and day better than Carroll's. Watched them both in the dub. Verhoff in the WHL was dominant. That's why he was being talked about as maybe being the first overall pick.
I liked what I saw from Verhoff from the videos that I saw, but then based off what I've read, he's definitely slipped. But he's not slipping out of the top 10.
Here's what they say. They call
still going to go in the top 8 picks, right?
Yes. They call it 4-way motion as far as the skating. And it's not how fast can you skate. It's that lateral movement, which is the most important thing kind of for a defenseman, is being able to move laterally to close gaps and everything like that. He might be not Keandre Miller-esque, but he might leave something to be desired as far as defensive instincts is what I've read.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that he can't fix it or can't learn from it or isn't a tireless worker. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. Does he have the ability to be Alex Pietrangelo? Yeah, sure does. They profiles that way. Again, Verhoff, if we were talking in January, Verhoff was supposed to go second in this draft. He was ahead of Stenberg, and it was just McKenna and then Verhoff. And that would have been 1-2. So if the Rangers took Verhoff at 5, I would 1,000% trust that John Lilly did his homework and that's the guy that they
Right.
love. And that's great.
Right.
And it's the same with whether they take Reed, whether they take Carrolls, whether they take Smiths. There's so much information out
What
there.
would you? Let me ask you a
None
question.
of these guys has been hidden or came from out of nowhere in the last, this isn't Vitaly Kravtsov where he was quiet and had a huge playoff and, winds up winning Rookie of the Year for the KHL. And it was just, he got hot for a month and moved up the draft boards. Or Philip Hedl, who was a late riser up draft boards. All 4 of these guys have been talked about at nauseum the entire year.
Did you say Kravtsov?
I'm saying Kravtsov was a high riser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
at
was.
the last second.
Yeah, track to Shelly Banks. I'll never forget that.
So these are all guys that that there isn't a minute of their skates being on the ice that our scouting department hasn't watched, whether live or on tape.
Right.
And I'm sure that's night and day. All they're doing is breaking down tape of all 4 of these guys to make sure that they come to a consensus on who they all feel is the best one.
Would you trade? Let me ask you a question. Would you trade Perreault and Schneider for the 2nd overall pick?
Yes.
I thought you would.
Yes.
It's something that
they won't do it.
They won't do it.
No.
Nobody trades a top 5
They've
pick.
made their mind. They've made up their mind. I think number 2 was in play for the right deal. And San Jose made one of the most brilliant pivots to where they said, we're not going to pass up on the best player available. We're going to take him, and we're going to get our defenseman by trading one of our wings. We'll draft whether it's Jackson Rudolph
but
or
that
Malcolm
doesn't help them next
Gustafson.
season, though.
No, but whoever they draft number 2, if they traded with us and moved down from 2 to 5, that wasn't helping them next season either, except they were going to add whether it was Schneider or whoever. Yeah. It wasn't enough. Look at the deal. The deal they got was great.
San Jose has been bad for a while now, and they've done it the right way.
Yeah. It's a shame we didn't have my career as our GM.
I don't know. I just think that they didn't have a goaltender. They didn't have Fox. They didn't have what we have already. And unless you're going to go nuclear, which the Rangers, if they were going to go nuclear, they shouldn't have. Then they should have given Igor that contract. But once you give Igor that contract,
then you have to try and win.
Then you got to try to win. I mean that's really all it comes down to at this point.
Otherwise, there was no point.
And there was no point. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if Trocheck and Schneider are traded tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're still here after July 1st.
Well, I think that
I don't know.
Listen, Trocheck, I'm still 75% convinced he'll be moved. I'm less than 50% convinced that Schneider will be moved. I think that they are open to moving Schneider because the package you might get back could be substantial. And right now he's filling a second pair defensive role. And he hasn't fully fulfilled it yet. He played 20 minutes a night last year. But again, hasn't really eclipsed that 20 to 23 point plateau.
Yeah.
And he's not someone who's going to run their second power play. So
how old is Schneider now? He's the same age as
24?
Lafreniere, right?
Yeah.
24. And listen, we've seen defensemen.
Schneider turns 25 just before the season starts. So next year will be his age 25 season. Which for a defenseman is still youngish.
Yeah.
I mean, we see these guys that only defensemen. Forwards usually kind of know what you got by 23, 24.
Yeah.
But we see plenty of defensemen not fully develop until they're in their mid-20s. So we'll see. He's not a guy you really want to give up on, and he's not putting up offensive numbers to where he's going to outprice himself if you wanted to sign him. Like Keandre Miller put up 40 points.
Yeah.
You had to pay him.
You have the money to pay him too, Sean. I mean, they have the money to sign him. I mean,
Right.
Even if they just gave him another 1 year deal.
To me, it's you commit or move him.
Well, what are you committing? Are you committing 2 years? Are you committing 5 years, 6 years?
No. Nobody signed. There's nobody who signs 2-year deals unless they want to get to free agency. Why would Schneider want to get to free agency?
Well, this is his contract after his entry level deal, right? Not his entry level deal. This is his contract. He had his entry level deal, and then he had a 2-year deal after that, and this is his next deal.
Right. So he's either going to sign or he's going to go to free agency.
What are you giving him? What are you giving him? What can you realistically ask for? $5 million? $6 million?
I was going to say 5 with the cap percentage the way it is now. He might get a 5x5 or a 6x6 years.
I think he's going to hold out. I think he's going to look for more than that.
But it's hard for him to do because he hasn't put up offensive.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if he would just do another bridge deal.
But I'm saying if I'm the Rangers, I look to either lock him up for 5-6 years, or I make my decision to move on. I don't want to play the game, and I want to get him locked up now.
The thing with Drury, and the thing we've seen with him, is when he wants to sign a guy, he signs them. No,
I agree.
So I don't think he wants to sign this guy. I think he wants to move on.
Is he a free agent now?
He's an RFA.
So were we able to sign him during this season?
Sure, he's an RFA.
Last year?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying during last year.
You can sign him from July 1st the previous year. Yeah, we know, Blaine. We've
Robertson is signed for this year. He's not an RFA.
I thought we were talking about Schneider.
I'm looking at the wrong fucking guy. Look at me. Yes, he is an RFA. My bad. Wow.
Robertson's contract is friggin' money.
Right.
For the amount that he played and as well as he played last year, $750K. You know, I guess if you look at the defense, I mean, what's the defense as of right now? It's Fox, Gavrikov,
Borgen, Schneider, Robertson,
and Fortescue, right? And Vakanainen's the 7th defenseman,
or Iorio, either one.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to qualify him. I mean, he's already been on 4 teams. I mean, I would assume they should qualify him and hope they need depth in Hartford. Hartford is awful. They are god awful. And get ready for those Hartford depth signings, guys, because you look at Hartford's defensive lineup, it is bad. It's Jackson, Dorrington, and no one.
Would you sign Jacob Trouba?
My God. That would be hilarious. I don't know where he's going.
I'll give you a name. That would make sense. Who?
With a left shot, second pair defenseman? Who?
Rasmus Anderson.
We're not going to get. He's staying in Vegas.
Yeah, he's a right shot guy. No, he's not staying in Vegas.
You don't think Rasmus Anderson's staying in Vegas?
No.
I think you're dead wrong.
I think
why do you think?
Back.
No, I don't think Pietrangelo coming back. I think that's why they're trying to move Hurdle so they could sign Anderson.
He wasn't great for them. I'd be shocked. I honestly, I'd be shocked if he was back.
Why? If he wasn't good for Vegas, I don't want him here. If you can't play in that market, Sean, then you can't play anywhere. There are 4 markets: Carolina, Vegas, Tampa Bay, Florida, where players just blossom. Just all of a sudden, they just get better. Bad everywhere else. But when they play in those 4 markets,
Mario Ferraro. I got to hear the why you hate Mario Ferraro.
I just think he's one-dimensional.
That he's only
He's small.
defensive?
He's also very small too, right?
I don't think
How
he's
big is he?
I think he's still 6
I
foot.
thought he's
Hold
under
on.
6. I thought he was under 6 foot.
He's 6 foot 209. So he's a fire hydrant.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Not a fan. I'm not a fan.
You just hate Italians.
San Jose needs defensemen. Why are they letting him go?
You just hate Italians.
Again, we haven't had luck with Ferraros here either.
Would you sign Tony DeAngelo?
I would. I'd give him a 1-year deal. But fuck it. Bring Zuccarello, DeAngelo. Is Nemestikov on there? Can we bring him back? He could be our 4th line center. That's it. Problem solved. Just bring back everyone we traded at the first letter. Bring
Brendan
them all
Smith?
back. Georgiev is our backup goalie.
You want
Smitty?
Brendan Smith back?
Smitty, of course. Smitty.
Maybe he could play wing.
Yeah. Why not?
It's versatile.
Is Stu Bickles not a free agent still? Or Steve Eminger? Remember that they had a fucking Steve Eminger playing the fucking wing in a playoff game?
Remember it very well.
Oh my God. What are we doing? And Smitty.
Another name that I've heard out there.
Well, you like Mario Ferraro?
I don't know enough about him. I can't sit there and say I've watched.
You think you're winning a cup with that? I mean, you think you know a little bit more about him. What are his point totals?
I know that he can skate.
What are his point totals?
I know that he can hit, and I know he can move the puck. He's not a stiff.
Johnny Lazarus loves this guy.
Ferraro?
Yeah, he must be friends with him, like outside of, because he talks to Mario Ferraro all the time, so he must know something.
So let's see, Mario Ferraro last
You
year.
can win a cup with that guy.
So he's very much Braden Schneider-esque. 23 points, 17 points, 21 points, 11 points. And then
Okay, so if
first
you
3 years were slow.
have you seen this guy Cam Robinson? You heard of him on Twitter?
I know him very well. Yeah.
Is he reliable? No, right?
No, he's definitely reliable.
Okay, I believe the Sabres will hold on to the 4th pick and target the center.
Wow.
If Malhotra is gone, look for Vigo Bjork to be the path.
I mean, Vigo Bjork is the perfect Buffalo Sabre because he's under 6 feet. And they love small, skilled players. That's all they've drafted for the last 5 years is small, skilled players.
So Skinner. Jeff Skinner.
Jeff Skinner's from 15 years ago.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Oh.
How big is Benson?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Zach Bensons of the world. That's what they keep drafting.
Yeah.
Again, I don't.
Could you imagine? So is Chase Reed going to turn into who was the defenseman that slid? Oh God, who the fuck was the guy? You said Seth Jones only slid 3 spots.
Yeah,
but there was another defenseman. I thought another offensive defenseman that slid.
Quinn Hughes slid.
Well, Cam Fowler slid too. Cam Fowler slid, Sean.
Yeah, but you have to keep this within like the last 5 to 7 years.
Of course.
Post-COVID, there's just so much more information. Every year, there's more information than there was the last year.
Don't worry, Sean. Ryan Reeves is going to have a job in the organization.
Director of player development.
100%. Yeah.
Skills coach.
100%.
Skating coach.
Skating coach. The new Reg Grant.
That's going to be the skating coach.
Oh my God!
I want 5 mobile, tough, puck-moving defensemen. I want guys who aren't afraid to clear the crease, who aren't afraid to battle in the corners and win puck battles.
What were Mario? Did you look up Mario Ferraro's numbers?
I'm looking at
career
right now.
statistics. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's very much the same as Schneider.
Point wise.
Yeah.
Then I keep it Schneider. Why am I bringing this guy in?
This guy's a left-handed shot. Yeah.
I don't know. These kind of moves never work for them.
But it also depends on cost.
Am I getting ever work for them?
In other words, am I getting Ferraro for?
So he'll be 28 in September.
Right.
Okay.
So am I getting him? Am I signing him for 4 or 5 years?
I would.
Am I getting
assume.
him for under $6 million? Am I getting him for? Am I able to get him for $5 million a year times 4 years, or am I being unrealistically low?
I think he's going to get big more term.
Okay.
He's never been a plus player ever.
That team. Oh, in fairness,
But
that team.
Sean, how many seasons? Not one season.
What's the rest of
Plus
the team?
minus 31, minus 38, minus 25.
Yeah.
And on the team was better last year. He was a -1.
What was the rest of the team? They gave
I
up a
know.
lot of goals still last
I
year.
know, you're right.
They scored a lot.
Let me go back to 22, 23. That team is bad, right?
So
it was 22.
just this
That was
past
David
year,
Quinn. That was
What-
David Quinn. And
everyone's
I wouldn't
best
put it
friend-
past him. If it's a David Quinn guy, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he's on the team.
Dmitry Orlov was a minus 28 last year for the same team.
I just want to see that San Jose team, they were bad. Everybody was a minus.
Yeah.
Logan Couture, Hurdle, Timo Meyer.
Celebrini, who had 115 points, was only a +8.
Oh, Jacob Megna was on that team. He was a +6. He was the only guy. Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah. And that was last year where they were actually, like you said,
He was a -15 his first year. And why were they 15? Oh, is this the shortened season? 15 and 16?
I'm not
They
looking
played
at
30 games? I'm just curious, why they only played such few. Oh no, they played 70 games.
He was a rookie.
And they were all minus too. This team is bad too.
Yeah. So I can't go by plus minus on a.
Oh, because
with a guy
Bob
on a bad
Bugner,
team.
DeBoer took over for Bob Bugner, or Bugner took over for DeBoer. That's what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like those type of guys and those type of contracts, they just don't ever age well for the Rangers. I feel like it's always a mistake, and they're always then they'll be looking to get rid of them. Already people want to get rid of Morgan. He's 1 year into a contract, and already they're looking to bail on him.
It's ill-informed people who just they love their flow charts.
To be fair, Borkin was not good last year.
In the
but
beginning
again,
of the season,
nobody
he
was
was the best
good.
defensive defenseman in the league.
Me?
According to the defensive metrics, he was the top
he got hurt
defensive
last- he was
defenseman
hurt-
in the
he was
league
hurt la-
through
he got hurt
November.
last- He got hurt last year, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could probably be why.
And again, you're not paying him much,
No, he's going to be your third pairing defenseman, at
which
some
is
point.
fine. So I'm fine with that. I'm
I'm
fine with
fine
him
with
there.
that too. I'm fine with them there too. But now I'll tell you right now, if Chase Reed is available, Sean, man, oh man, if they pass on him and he turns out to be McCarr, I don't care if Carroll turns out to be freaking Ryan McDonough.
Nobody's McCarr.
If
Nobody in
McCarr-
this draft is Cal McCarr.
Well, did they know Cal McCarr was when he was drafted after Heiskanen?
Fair. Fair.
I mean, I heard Brock Besser's name mentioned. What do you think about reuniting him with Miller?
Not the worst thing in the world.
What are you giving up, though? I'd take him for free. I'm not giving anything of
Oh,
value.
you'd have to give up 2 first-round picks again.
No way. They're
Yes.
looking to dump. They're
We
looking
already
to be
talked
bad.
about that.
They're looking to be bad.
Ottawa already talked about
I'm
that.
not giving away 2 first-round picks for
Yeah.
him.
Well, then you're not getting it.
No way.
Well, then
No
you
way.
ain't getting no Coke.
Nope. No way. Not
You
for
ain't
that guy.
paying no 75 cents, then you ain't getting no Coke. Someone will get that reference. You're not a golf guy, so you wouldn't get
No.
that one. Not a Caddyshack guy?
I am, but I don't remember that line.
When
Oh,
Danny
yes.
Noonan's behind the counter.
Yes.
I ain't paying no
yes.
75 cents for no Coke. Well, then you
Yeah.
ain't getting no Coke.
I was thinking more about when the line in the movie Doc Hollywood with Michael J. When Doc Hogue shows up and he told him to give the guy Coke. We need to treat this with Coca-Cola or Bisquick. We need to treat it with real medicine. And he tells us that'll be 65 cents.
Doc Hollywood. Doc Hollywood.
That's a good movie.
Has made a reference.
I like that movie. It's one of the first movies I saw myself in the
I
movie
saw
theater.
it in. Yep, same. I saw it in the
Yep.
movie theater.
But,
who was I just trying to look up here? Oh,
Doc Besser?
Vancouver.
I mean, I would trade our late round pick for him, the second pick. and I would do maybe a top 10.
I don't know,
I'm
Rock.
not trading 2 first-round picks for him. I'm
Brock
not.
Besser was a minus 48 last year.
Oh my God, they were really bad. I mean, they were the worst team in hockey by like a mile. What were his offensive numbers? Forget about the plus minus.
48 points in 75 games.
Oh my God, that's bad.
He didn't have a good year. 2 years ago, he was excellent.
That's we played with Miller.
3 years ago. Yeah, he had 40 goals again.
Mm-hmm.
But he's never.
How old is he?
29.
Mm.
He'll be like next year will be his age 29.
I just think listen, if you were going for it, if you were trying to win a cup, then that would be a guy that you would like, all right, well, let's see, we bring him in here and let's see if we can catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, he's an
with him
underwhelming
and Miller
player for me.
No, I'm not.
He's
I'm
just-
not giving anything of substance up for him. You wanted me to give him to me for free? I'll take him.
Brock Besser
I'm not
had that
trading anything.
extremely hot start to his career and then fizzled because he kept getting hurt. And other than the year where everybody on Vancouver went nuts.
Was that
you
the
know,
year Miller
Pedersen
scored
had
100?
They both, him and Pedersen both had 100
Mhm.
points. Besser
Mhm.
had 40 goals and 73 points.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went back to 25 and 25, and last year was 22 and 26. He's a 50 point wing. That's it. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him, like you said, but I heard today 2 first rounders to get him, and I'm not doing
that
it.
up. I'm not giving that up.
And when I say I heard that today, that's listening to NHL radio, so it's not anything substantiated. And you don't know what Vancouver's looking to do.
I don't know what the Rangers are looking to do, let alone Vancouver.
That's also true.
You know, Neil Smith, again, I trust he's kind of become very jaded in his Rangers opinions over the years. But I heard a quote from him. He was on Cerny's podcast, and he said, Cerny said to him, like, he goes, I don't know what direction the Rangers are going in.
Nobody
They're kind of in like no man's land right now. They are. And he's not wrong. I'm like, you just don't know what they're going to do. And we're just going to go out and tread water and waste Igor's prime. I just don't know what their plan is. And Igor's not like Hank, Sean. Igor's had injuries.
right.
Igor has not been like this picture of health. I mean, he could wake up tomorrow and be done. So I don't really know. I mean, I think you got, what do you think? 4 more years of like elite level goaltending or more?
Yes. No, 4. Assuming he stays healthy, 4.
And again, you don't need him to save you every game. I mean, we just seen what freaking Brandon Butsy, for crying out loud, is a Stanley Cup champion. I mean, you don't need your goal. If you play the right way, you don't need your goalie to be freaking, Jacques Plante,
Well,
Ken Dryden.
you could win with Brandon. Well, Brandon Bussey, in fairness, also fucking played really damn good. It was a fine.
So did Freddie Anderson.
No,
before
he
got
was
hurt.
terrible.
Then how did they win 16 fucking games?
Who did they play? They played 3 teams going into that series that had 0 combined playoff series wins in the last 5 years. 0. All 3 teams, 0. The Philadelphia Flyers were neck and neck.
The
with
last time
us.
the last time the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup in the playoffs, was it when we played them in 14?
No, they've been in since then.
Oh, they definitely, because they were really good in the a few years ago, right? I forgot what team that was.
Montreal made their run to the finals in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only 2 players left from that team that played on this year's team.
What, Brandon Gallagher,
And Suzuki.
Josh Anderson wasn't on that team?
No. So technically 3 because they reacquired Deneau at the
Philip
trade
Deneau.
deadline.
Yeah.
So it's not like that team. Nobody on any of those teams had any. Those teams had not won. You had who'd they play in the first round? Carolina. They played Ottawa, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Ottawa hasn't won a fucking thing.
Stink.
So they swept
Philly.
them. They
Philly
played
stink.
Philly, who was just on cloud 9 by winning a playoff series.
All teams are bad goaltending too.
Right.
All teams are bad
So
goaltending.
it was the big. and
Even
what-
Vegas is
Dude,
goaltending is bad.
What did I say before the season?
And how does
started?
Carolina lose games? When they play elite goaltending.
What did I say before the season started? Just
Carolina was
get
the
in.
best team in the
No,
East by far.
just get in because the Metro sucks.
Well, I think that's what the Rangers are going to probably try to do right here.
All right. Just get in because
I
the
just
Metro
don't know.
sucks.
They're not good enough to make the playoffs as presently constituted.
And then they play Montreal in the Eastern Conference Finals. Montreal gave them at least a little bit of pushback, and that was because their goalie's really good. But that Montreal team that was a really good year for them. They're all really young. You know, Slavkovsky's in his third year, Caulfield's third, fourth year. You know, guys' first taste of making that type of run against a team who's done this every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas, the same thing. Vegas was battle tested. They played a worn out, injured Colorado team, and that's how they got
All those
there.
teams Carolina won the cup, and this is kind of come off as sour grapes, but I don't give a shit. The West teams were all better.
Yeah.
All those top 4 teams are better. They all beat the shit out of each other.
Right. Well, the three
And
teams
they were
beat the
done.
shit out of each other. Right.
Yeah. And then they were done. They had nothing left. And Carolina had the easiest road to the finals that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And they took advantage of it. And you know what? Good for them.
Yep.
Fuck them and smile.
It is what right. You don't give it back.
No.
You don't give the cup back. God bless.
No.
Congratulations.
I mean, look at the Rangers. They played their Stanley Cup final in the Eastern Conference final when they won. I mean, Devils were a million times better than Vancouver. And we talked about that. I mean, they were so much better. It wasn't even funny.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, the Rangers obviously should have swept them. But if it were for Kirk McLean in game 1, they would have. But it is what it is. What else?
Are you signing Andrew Peak? Is that a guy that piques your interest?
Are you being facetious? Because I have no
Yes.
idea who. I know wasn't Andrew Peak? Didn't he play years ago? Did he play for Washington?
No, it's Bruins.
Oh, there was a guy that was on Peak. Name was Peak, and he played for Washington like years ago.
No, this guy was Columbus for a bunch of years and Boston the last 3 years.
Yeah, no, I don't know who he is.
So you're out on Peak.
I don't listen. I'm not gonna say I'm out on anybody. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what the best thing to do is. Best thing that happened to Carolina was I'm making a plate. I don't know. What is that? You don't understand that reference?
Who's Flores? I'm making a plate. Don't know it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Joe's gonna have to explain that to us.
Follow up, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised at all these moves. I guess all these moves, are they like correlating from something? Like all these teams in on. Who was the first move that was made today? What was the first trade that was made today?
It wasn't Kyrou, was it?
No, someone before that, wasn't it? Was the Eklund trade before that? Were all these teams in on Eklund and then like everyone kind of pivoted? I mean, to see 4 trades like that, was it 4 trades?
Or was it the second overall pick that they were all in on? And once they realized the second overall pick's not going to get moved
I want to
because
see the date on this. What? Chris Johnson. I'm going to make sure the date that I read this right. He said that the second overall picks he thinks might still be in play.
I can't imagine they wouldn't have made this move if that were the case.
Well, they still need a defenseman. No,
So Simone Nemec was the first trade today. So it was Nemec, then it was Eklund, then it was Kyrou, then it was Byram.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they were in on Nemec, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why today was the day that everyone started making trades.
Well, no, on Monday was or Sunday.
Yeah, well, the Kachuk
Samoskevich trade to then get the pick to get Kachuk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the Kesselring trade.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
it's true. Good point.
17th. There's been moves, but today was the first breakout day.
Yeah, I'm talking about like 4 trades in one day. I mean, that's not making the playoffs.
We only got 2 more days before the draft, man. This is Teams are positioning themselves. But again, it's if you're the Rangers, how can you really know what you're doing until you move Trocheck or opt not to? Because I do believe,
Well, they have $30 million in cap space, so they can really do whatever the fuck they want.
right. So I do believe in when Drury said, I don't need to move him unless someone meets my price. I believe him.
Yeah.
I know that Trocheck hired the agent, and that's to, shake some stuff loose and get teams to ante up, and gauge interest and put his interest out to certain teams.
Yeah.
And maybe a team's willing to spend a little more if they know how much the player wants to come to them.
Well, I'm guessing it's maybe until Larkin's traded, maybe they won't. But I don't see Larkin getting. I mean, again, he could be traded tomorrow. I don't know. The right move, the right the right package needs to come about. I wonder if Larkin would go to. I don't know. San Jose, second overall pick.
I can't imagine them doing that.
They don't really need a center, right? I guess you could always use one.
Everyone could use a center.
I guess they don't really need that. I'm just trying to figure out what would entice Detroit enough. You're giving up. It's a team
Buffalo.
Giving up 3 first-round picks.
Buffalo.
No, he's not going there.
Why?
He has no movement clause.
Why would he not go to Buffalo?
Larkin?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go to Buffalo?
Buffalo just became good.
Doesn't matter. Carolina was good, and both Gensel and Rantanen left.
You don't think Buffalo is a much better hockey market than Carolina?
I don't think it has to do with the hockey market. I think it's the city. No. Who the hell wants to live in Buffalo?
But still, nobody wants to go to Raleigh. Who chose Raleigh, other than Jordan Stahl?
Ehlers.
It's a rare thing.
I know it's a rare thing.
You're right.
It's a coward. I'm sorry. To me, it's a cowardly thing. You can go down there and just play in complete anonymity.
But he did,
and that's why. And let's just talk about Brady Tkachuk for a second. He's a fucking coward too.
Oh, He
is a fucking coward. You know what, bro? Sack up and carry your own fucking team, and not go to a team that your big brother already won on. Fucking coward.
Like I get both sides. I
He's
understand why he would want to go play with his brother. I get it. Basically,
don't want to lead your own team? You want to go in the coattails of a team that already won 2 cups? That's not a leader.
I agree.
That's a coward. I'm glad we didn't get him now.
Yeah, no, it's like I said.
After my initial anger, after you and I spoke, I thought about it. I sat down and said, you know what? Fuck him. He's a coward. I don't want cowardly guys. We already have a cowardly GM. We don't need more cowardly players on this team.
And I completely agree, because to me, it's tax-free. He's already been the Florida Panthers' biggest cheerleader in the playoffs the last 3 years. It seemed almost inevitable that he would go there at some point. And so that's the route he took. Yeah, it's tax-free, and it's, the nice weather of Florida, and I'm sure there were a lot of appealing things, but for his career going there, even from Florida's, so I read a lot today about super teams, and now Florida's a super team because they added Tkachuk, and I'm like, how much does this really benefit them? He's not going there and changing a locker room. That locker room is already there. Mm-hmm. That's already an established room that plays an immensely physical style of hockey. So he's not going there. He fits perfectly as far as their style, sure, but he's not adding to it. So you take the intangible stuff out of the picture for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a 30-goal scorer, but he's not going to probably play on their first power play. You're going to throw one of those guys off that's been on that power play unit for the last 3-4 years. That's won 2 cups. So he's not going to make the impact there. Is he that much better? Like Samoskevich gave him 14 goals last year. You figure Tkachuk's going to score 30, maybe 35. That's an extra 20 goals that team will score this season based off of that swap. Because they gave up Samoskevich, they're replacing with Tkachuk. When I think super team, again, I think back to originally, Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen going to play with
The Rockets.
with the Rockets.
Yeah. That's basketball. Basketball, to me, you can have super teams. I don't think you can have super teams in the other sports.
Right. Because there's too many players that factor
I
in.
mean, the 98 Yankees were, I guess, and if you look, the
Right.
2009 Yankees, those
Yankee
were
teams.
those
Those
Yankee
are some
teams.
super teams.
But a lot of those players were homegrown. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the Florida Panthers team's not a homegrown team.
No,
Neither is Vegas.
which is fine. You don't need to be a homegrown team. But
I mean, Vegas. I mean, if you want to say Vegas, I mean, between Mark Stone and Eichel and Petrangelo and Hannafin and Hurdle, I mean, they got all those guys. I mean, I guess you could classify them
are
as
they homegrown?
they're not homegrown.
Right, they're not.
I said you can classify them as a super team. They got all those guys from other places. So maybe it's not a. Now that I think about it, maybe. But
To me, a super team is when you have these players collude to all go play somewhere.
Oh well.
To me, that's like LeBron, Bosh, Wade. Like they all talked that offseason and agreed we all want to play together. Which one of our teams are we going to go to? Is Wade going to force himself out of Miami to go play in Cleveland with LeBron, and Bosh is going to sign with Cleveland, or are they all just going to go play in South Beach together? And that's what they wound up doing.
Yeah.
So it was a colluded effort. So that's the thing with this whole Team USA thing. Are these guys colluding to take less and force their way and do all these, maneuvering to all go play somewhere together? So to me, that's what a super team is. And I don't see that necessarily happening here. I think he wants to go play with his brother. Now, if Connor Hellebuck and Dylan Larkin and Zach Werenski all somehow find their way onto the Florida Panthers, then we can start talking about shit like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
And Hellebuck could still possibly happen. That's the scary part. All right, they're not signing Bobrovsky. They have $9 million in cap room.
They still have to move somebody else to get.
They'd have to move somebody.
And they don't have any first round picks.
No, but what they would have to do is move somebody in order to get them to eat some salary.
Yeah, and it seems like the player that everybody wants is Lindell,
which they'd be dumb to move.
Yeah,
he's already proven himself to be better than anyone you're going to trade him for. So
I agree. I think
he has even more upside. So I thought about that. I'm like, what if the Rangers can trade Trocheck and something else to get Lundell? Because I would add to Trocheck just to get Lundell. That's how good I think he is.
But why is Winnipeg trading Hellebuck?
Because he wants out.
Oh, he wants out. Then why the fuck did you sign an extension for?
So the notion is that a lot of these Team USA guys, since they've gone back to their Canadian markets, have been treated like shit locally. And they're not happy about it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
I don't know if it's true, if it's false. It's just that's the.
Well, I could definitely see Hellebuck getting treated like shit. And he's freaking won the freaking thing for them single-handedly.
Congressional Medal of Freedom.
I know. I mean,
could you imagine? Hey, why couldn't you do that for us, asshole? Meanwhile, the guys.
Do we get Hellebuck to be our backup? We have $30 million in cap space. How funny would that be?
Yeah.
What do you think Dylan Garand would say? I'm never going to play.
I'm never going to play, am I?
I'm never going to get a chance.
And good for Dylan getting that the 2-year extension. And
yeah, it's good.
Best.
We saw that. He showed enough.
Yeah.
He showed enough. And we're good.
And I wonder if they tanked. I wonder if they knew he was good and said, you know what? We're not winning anything.
Well, they got punished because they didn't get the 3rd overall pick. They got the 5th overall pick. So if they did tank, then they got punished for it.
Yeah. But I wonder if this surprised them that Garand was this good.
I'm wondering if Garand had bonus, but it didn't matter. They had all that cap space. They didn't really matter to them, right?
No.
I don't know, dude.
So would you sign Trouba or not?
No. I'm not signing Trouba. Anyone with the last name Shea or Ferraro.
You're the Trouba guy. That is your guy. Nobody loved Jacob Trouba like Rock.
I love Trouba.
Yeah,
I did. I don't think he got a fair shake here. I think he gave everything he could. Morgan Riley's agent, J.P. Barry, has submitted a list of 4 teams, Western-based teams Riley would be willing to go to. So he wants out.
Well, they just
think
signed
Austin-
Radish.
How does Austin Matthews feel about that?
They just got Radish to take that spot.
Yeah, but was Morgan Riley a quarterback? That's another mistake. I mean, talk about teams that just can't get out of their own way. You talk about giving a guy money at 30 years old based off of one good year on a great team. I mean, that's stupid. Listen, I keep hoping they keep making mistakes. Maybe we'll get Austin Matthews. I hope they keep making mistakes like this. I just want the Rangers to stay salary cap flexible enough that if a big piece becomes available,
They can act.
that they can pounce on him. But they are still going to have a guy force his way here. They're going to need a Rick Nash, Sean. I mean, think about what was the last player the Rangers acquired that didn't really force his way here. I mean, Brad Richards forced his way here. I know he's a free agent, but he had bigger offers from other teams. Marty St. Louis forced his way here.
That's not a bad thing. You almost act like that's a bad thing.
No, I'm just saying, like, they were good though. They were good. They were
Chrissy
good.
Couches. I haven't heard that one before. I like that.
I don't get it.
Chris Drury just sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Oh, Chrissy Couches. Okay, that's a good one.
I like that.
Good
Good one, Jack.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's been a while since the Rangers made a trade for a guy that didn't really force their way here. I mean, Miller forced his way here. I mean, I'm just saying, it's been a while.
Trade. Yeah,
Trade.
I get it.
For a guy that didn't really force his way here.
Well, Jack Roslovic didn't force his way here.
Oh, God. He should have.
Wenberg didn't. Andrew Kopp didn't force his way here.
Well, those are trade deadline trades
joking.
and for UFAs.
But yeah, Patrick Kane did.
He did.
I got no problem with that.
I have no problem with it either. That's the problem right now is they're not good enough. And that's why I said, maybe they have a better season. Players see like, well, you know what? Maybe it was just an anomaly that the team kind of folded like that. Fox was hurt, Igor was hurt, blah 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 blah, and maybe you get somebody to want to come here. But to me, I think the more realistic way is you're going to have to find like this 24, 25-year-old controlled player, and you're actually going to have to make a fucking hockey trade.
It is being reported, and don't know how legit this is, but $12.5 million by 7 years for Bowen Byram. $12.5 million by 7 years.
Fox's contract doesn't look so bad anymore,
It
huh?
sure does not. That's a lot. I like Byram, but he has yet to.
What are
prove
his
that
point totals?
He's never played in the role he's should be playing in, and that's you're paying him to be your number one guy.
I didn't see
in
that.
all situations.
$12.5 million.
He keeps getting stuck behind people. So Bowen Byram he played 22 minutes a night. He had 11 goals, 31 assists last year.
What were the totals? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this.
He had 42 points. He only had 7 points on the power play. So that's pretty much all 5-on-5.
Oh yeah, that's Pinota. He could be hit or miss. He can be hit or miss.
Yeah. So I mean, he was stuck behind Makar, obviously, on the power play
Patrick
in
Kane's
Colorado.
a UFA.
Who?
Patrick Kane's a UFA.
We know one person who would line it up for him.
Oh, you know it. He'll be listening. He'll chime in tomorrow when he listens to this.
You put Patrick Kane on the line with JT Miller.
I think if they don't make a big swing, it's going to be that type of guy. But I would have put. I mean, the free agent class, Sean, is so bad. Laine might get a multi-year deal.
You don't think Patrick Kane's going back to Chicago?
He might now. He should.
I would. I think he should.
But he wants to win a cup. That's why I don't understand why he went to Detroit, unless Detroit was the only team that offered him a substantial amount of money. I mean, Pat, you made a ton of money. Go down to Tampa. I mean, go to a team. I mean, maybe he doesn't feel he's going to get the playing time. He needs the puck. We saw it. We witnessed it firsthand.
I don't know.
What about Tarasenko for 1 year?
I would rather Kane than Tarasenko.
Tarasenko's younger.
Kane's 37. How old is Tarasenko?
I thought Tarasenko was younger. 36.
Yeah, right. 34. Yeah, Kane produced a lot more than Tarasenko did. Tarasenko had 47.
Talk about a guy that went for the money. But man, Florida got what they needed out of him, and they moved on.
I don't know. I'm not against Kane, depending on the rest of the stuff they do.
Which might be nothing.
Again, if you signed Kane, let's devil's advocate here. You signed Kane to a 1-year deal, right?
Right.
And you use the rest of your
Kane want to play on a team.
You use the rest of your assets. Now you're right, like your cap, and you make some moves, and you really build up that defensive core. And you have your bottom six is going to go out there. If you have Cooley, Cartier, Labers, your third line, the other kids with Stenlund or someone like that on the fourth line. You have Kane, Miller. You sign another UFA, whether it's Patrick Laine or who's another. Let me just really quick look for somebody that I could see.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade here.
Yeah, so am I. That's why I'm trying to do this quick. Jaden Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz with Miller and Kane as a second line. I'm not saying you're winning a cup.
No, you're definitely not.
But you're telling me
all you're doing, Sean, is just biding the time for your. I mean, here's the problem: when you bring
piss off Islander fans and you sign Anders Lee to play fucking.
Oh, jeez.
You want to do that?
That guy's fucking jacked. Have you ever seen his fucking legs?
I have.
I was like, what the hell am I looking at? I know you, Robbie. You're the second guy that's brought up Zuccarello.
Zuccarello?
I wouldn't put it past them.
I'm not against it.
I said it. They're going to bring everyone back. They're going to bring him to play top six wing. They're going to bring D'Angelo to play on the second power play. And they're going to bring Nemestikov to be their fourth line center.
What about Eeli Tolvanen?
He's another one that's failed everywhere he's went. I mean, I guess for the right deal, where is he? He's not a top six guy. The Rangers do not need. I don't care what Sullivan says. He's a fucking idiot. I know a lot of it is hedging, but they do not need any bottom six players. They're loaded. They're fucking loaded with bottom six guys. They don't need anyone.
Where's Eeli Tolvanen here? They
need top end guys that can play 20 minutes, 18 minutes, that are going to put up 40, 60, 80 points. They don't need bottom six guys. They got too many. I don't know where these guys are playing.
You want to get Kakko back?
I heard he's available, right?
So Boston, right?
Why not? Him, Trouba, just reverse all the trades. Isn't Carter UFA? Oh, no, he has one more year.
You get one more.
I'd bring him back.
But you could probably get him for nothing.
I'd bring Kreider back after this summer. I'd bring him back. Third line wing. Penalty kill, power play guy. Kreider, let me tell you something, Sean. Kreider on a $2.5 million contract. $3 million contract. You bringing him back?
He's not coming back here.
I'm just saying. I'm hypothetical. Hypothetical. I know he's not. He might.
If Zibanejad would have to beg him.
That is why it's a possibility.
That's the only way that it happens.
I mean, I don't know how was Kreider's numbers to end the season. He was on my fantasy team. He played great to start.
He had 50 points in 75 games. You want me to give you just a game log breakdown here?
Yeah.
I'll give you post-Olympic. I know he didn't score after the Olympics. That I know.
But here's a guy. Here's a guy that they should be all in on. Mason McTavish. Here are the teams that are interested: Montreal, Ottawa, Philly, Seattle, Calgary.
Who says we're not?
I'm just saying those are the teams who are reportedly interested.
Have you seen the Rangers mentioned with anything anywhere? by
second
anybody.
overall, the second overall pick.
Um,
I've seen that mentioned a ton.
So Kreider had
No, I haven't seen that mentioned with anybody, to be honest.
in the
with you.
last 25 games of the season, Kreider all of a sudden turned into the assist guy. 3 goals, 17 points, 17 assists. He had 20 points in the last 25 games.
Nice. He might stay there. They might keep him there past this season.
I think he wants to come back to the East Coast. I don't think he'll be here. In the playoffs,
He'll play for the Islanders.
he had 7 points in 12 playoff games. On Kreider-like, right?
What did he have?
He only had 7 points in 12 games in the playoffs. Very un-Kreider-like. 2 goals.
He doesn't always play great to start playoff series. He usually kind of needs a little time to get going.
He only had 2 goals in 2 series total.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not Kreider.
No. And that's what you bring him in for. That's where his money is, in the playoffs.
Right. He started the year
Like a house on fire, right? He's gonna have 4 goals. Oh, maybe not. Oh, he might.
His first 50 games, he had 19 goals.
Mm.
So he was scoring. And then he only had 3 to finish the season.
He was hurt though, I think, at some point, wasn't he?
When isn't he hurt? That happens, 34-year-old guy. 35, sorry. He's 35 years old now.
God, remember the night he was drafted?
Yep.
The night he was drafted, I don't know if you remember this. I think I might have told the story. So the night he was drafted was the night that Danny Heatley, the Rangers were trying to get Danny Heatley. And instead, they got Gaborik the next day in free agency, or when free agency opened.
Mm-hmm.
They traded Gomez for McDonough, Higgins, that whole trade. Instead, and they drafted Kreider, and then they, instead of getting Heatley, they got Gaborik. And I think it worked out for them. No Gaborik, that means no Brassard. No Brassard, that means no Zibanejad. So, don't even joke about that.
The masses are getting very upset that Drury hasn't done anything. They're very upset.
Who?
The masses.
Oh yeah, well,
they're very
guys,
upset.
I'm going to end the show the way it started it. Don't be surprised if they don't do anything, and be happy if they do. Just sit back, enjoy the draft, know that they're going to have an important piece, a future that we don't have now, maybe 2. I think they'll probably make both picks, and just enjoy the ride. Keep salary cap flexible. If they go out and sign a couple of guys on the periphery, and then that's it.
Yeah, Blaine Dupont. I'm taking one of those centers.
Brody Dupont played 1 game for the Rangers.
Landon Dupont is a top prospect for next year's draft.
Oh, can't wait. We're already talking about next year's draft.
Give me Alexis Joseph.
Yeah.
Or that Russian.
I haven't even looked at next year's draft yet.
Name to I'll end my end of it just with some names to watch for the second pick that the Rangers have in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Command. Think Joel Eriksson-Ek. Tell me the Rangers couldn't use a player like that. To me, that's a guy that I am praying falls to us a little bit. I also like the kid. Was it Blaine? You can correct me on my pronunciation. Is it Nikita Klepov? Led the juniors in scoring, or was top 3 in scoring. What there with Aspinall. I'm not a big Ruck guy. If the Rangers draft one of the 2 Marcus or Liam Ruck brothers,
The only Ruck I care about is Alan Ruck.
I'm not a big Ruck guy. Yeah, but I like Klepov. Alexander Command, that's my if the Rangers draft Command, if they trade up for him.
I like the name Alexander Command.
It's a great name.
That's a great name. That's a powerful name.
He's
I like him just because of the name. That's almost as good as Roger McQueen.
It's right. It's up there with
It's up there.
So he's not big, but he's not small. He's like probably 6 foot, 6'1", decent build.
Yeah.
Very good skater.
Mm-hmm.
Good playmaker. Wins every puck battle in the corners.
Okay.
Defends.
I'm in.
Like I said,
I'm in.
Joel Eriksson-Ek. That's
in.
my comp.
I'm in.
So
I'm excited, man. If anything does, well, let's just set this preference. If anything does happen between now and our next show, one of us or both of us are going to jump on.
Go into the Patreon group. I've been doing Patreon a lot lately.
Yeah.
So if you the guy, listen, $5 a month helps us out big time. Pays for all the shit.
Everything.
Whatever you can contribute, 5, 10. There's people in there.
And we're still looking for a producer. If anyone's out there that wants to produce our show, we're going to say it every day. We need a young, big-time Ranger fan that wants to help produce our show. I'm willing to trade some hockey cards to help the process if you're into that. So
better than the cobwebs that we have here.
Yeah.
That we have now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Alexander Command. I'm
excited. I'm excited, dude. 2 more days and we got some kind of news. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
2 nights.
All right, guys.
3 more sleeps.
Later.
All right. Later.